Okay, what would you do if HMRC called you right now? Seriously. That unexpected call can be absolutely terrifying, but knowing exactly what to say and what not to say in those first few minutes can change everything. In this guide, which we've put together with the experts at Pro Tax Accountants, we're going to walk you through how to survive that first call with an HMRC investigator and take control of the situation from the very first word.
Imagine this. You're having a totally normal day. Maybe you're a freelancer in London just wrapping up a project, and your phone buzzes. It's an unknown number. You answer, and the voice on the other end says they're from His Majesty's Revenue and Customs. Your heart just drops, right? Your mind starts spinning, replaying every tax return you've ever filed. What you do next, in that split second, can literally define the entire course of an investigation.
So what's the game plan? Well, we've got a really clear roadmap for you. First, we'll talk about the call itself. Then, we'll dig into what's truly at stake. After that, we'll cover the absolute first thing you must do: verify everything. From there, we'll get into the rules of engagement, what to say, what not to say, followed by your post-call action plan, and finally, how you can take back control of your case.
You know, it always seems to happen on an ordinary day. You're just focused on your work, on your business, and then the phone rings. And look, this isn't some theoretical problem. It happens to people just like you all across the UK every single day. That unknown number flashes on your screen. Your first thought might be to just ignore it, right? But what if it's the one call you really shouldn't miss? That's the million-pound question, isn't it? The uncertainty alone is enough to send your stress levels through the roof.
And this is exactly why it's so tricky. This is a real quote from a small business owner. They got a call from a mobile number claiming to be HMRC launching a fraud investigation. Now, that sounds like a scam, doesn't it? But in this case, it was real. This is where the danger really starts.
All right, let's get serious for a moment and talk about why this first conversation is so incredibly important. This is not just a casual chat. Saying the wrong thing, even by accident, can have massive, long-lasting consequences for you and your business. The stakes are just incredibly high.
Just look at this number, £1.5 billion. That's how much just one single department at HMRC brought in from investigations in 1 year. And here's a did you know for you. HMRC is now using incredibly sophisticated AI to flag inconsistencies in tax returns. Their systems are cross-referencing everything: your VAT returns, your bank interest data, even lifestyle clues from social media. This means they aren't just making random calls. If they're calling you, it's because their data already thinks something's up. Think of it like this. An investigation can go down one of two roads. On the left, you have a civil investigation. The goal here is to recover unpaid tax, and there are financial penalties. On the right, you have a criminal investigation. This is for serious fraud and can lead to prosecution and even prison time. Your goal from that very first call is to keep your case firmly on that left-hand road. And the stakes stretch back in time too. If HMRC finds an innocent mistake, they can look back 4 years. If they decide it was careless, that goes up to 6 years. But, and stay with me here because this is huge, if they suspect you deliberately did something wrong, they can open up your finances for the last 20 years. 20! One wrong word on that first call could trigger a 2-decade deep dive into your life.
Okay, deep breath. We understand the risks. Now let's switch gears from tension to control. The absolute first thing you must do is incredibly simple, but it is non-negotiable. You have to verify who you're talking to. Do not say a single thing about your taxes until you are 100% sure.
And let's be honest, scammers are getting so good these days. They can be really convincing. A call from a mobile, an aggressive tone, asking for your bank details. Those are all huge red flags. But remember that business owner we talked about? Their call was from a mobile, and it was genuine. So you see, you just can't assume. You have to verify every single time.
So here's the exact playbook. Step 1. Calmly ask for their full name, their office, and a case reference number. Step 2. Politely tell them, "Thank you, I'm now going to end this call to verify your identity." Step 3, and this is the most important part, do not call back any number they give you. You go to the official gov.uk website, find an official HMRC phone number, and you call them.
And here's a little pro tip for you. A real HMRC investigator will completely understand this. In fact, they'll expect it. They won't pressure you or threaten you to stay on the line. If anyone tries to rush you or make you feel bad for checking, it's almost certainly a scam. Just hang up.
Okay, so you've done your due diligence. You've called HMRC, confirmed the investigator is real, and now they're calling you back. Now the real game begins, and this is where the rules of engagement are everything.
Rule number 1, and this is a big one. Do not lie, do not guess, and do not make things up. Ever. Even an innocent mistake, like guessing a sales figure that turns out to be wrong, can be seen as a materially false statement. And that's one of the things that can push a civil case straight into a criminal one.
So what's the safe thing to say? Easy. Just commit this phrase to memory. I'm not sure of the exact details right now, but I'll need to check my records. It's honest, it's professional, and it buys you precious time without saying anything that could be used against you later.
That's not all. Here's where most people go wrong. They try to be too helpful. The investigator asks about one thing, and in an effort to explain, you start talking about something completely different from years ago. Don't do it. You could accidentally open up a whole new can of worms. Answer only the question you were asked, nothing more.
Now, stay with me. The next point is probably the most powerful tool you have. This sentence, right here, is your ultimate protection. I will need to seek professional advice from my accountant before proceeding. Please send any request in writing. This magic sentence does 3 amazing things. It stops the conversation cold, it shows you're taking this seriously, and it forces everything into a formal, written channel that your expert advisor can handle.
Once you've politely and professionally ended that call, your work is just getting started. What you do in the next few hours and days is just as critical as the call itself. Now let's look at the next step, your action plan.
Think of this timeline as your new best friend. Immediately after hanging up, grab a pen and write down every single thing you remember. The officer's name, the questions they asked, your answers, the time of the call, everything. Then, within 24 hours, you need to be on the phone with a specialist tax advisor. Don't wait. From that moment on, they take over all communication.
And here's why getting the right kind of expert is so important. When you hire a qualified tax advisor or a tax lawyer, you get something called legal professional privilege. Think of it as a cone of silence around your conversations. It's a fundamental legal right that protects your communications from being shared with HMRC. It's a vital layer of protection that you absolutely want on your side.
So you see what you've done. By following these steps, you've completely flipped the script. You've gone from being caught off guard and defensive to being calm, prepared, and in control. You're no longer just reacting to their moves. You are proactively managing the situation with an expert in your corner.
So, let's nail this down. What's your checklist? Number 1, verify first, always. 2, stay calm and be polite. 3, do not lie or guess. 4, state you will get professional advice and ask for everything in writing. 5, once you have an advisor, let them do all the talking. And 6, act immediately. Time is not on your side. Look, facing an HMRC investigation is scary, but having a plan makes all the difference. If you find yourself needing that expert help, the team at ProTax Accountant who helped put this guide together are available. You can see their details right here on the screen. And please, just remember, the information in this presentation is for general purposes only. You should always consult with a qualified tax expert before you make any financial decisions. So here's the final question. If your phone rings tomorrow with an unknown number, will you be reacting or will you be ready?